As you know, Texas tends to be behind the cultural curve. And this was in the early 70s, and the women's movement had not quite made it to the shores of the great state. And there was a dinner party in Westlake Hills. And our friend Tony Corioth, who is a wonderful man but a terrible sexist, got to talking about how driving home from work that evening, he passed a young lady on the street who had the most remarkable set of jugs he, Tony Corioth, had ever witnessed in all his long years of jug watching. And he described in great detail how they wiggled and jiggled and bounced and jounced. And indeed, the whole sight had been so fascinating to Tony that he drove around the block, took a second, gander, and again described how they wiggled and jiggled and bounced and jounced. And you women will remember that in those days we had a wonderful social skill when men introduced topics like that in a conversation. We would gaze off into the middle distance, pretending not to be there. And all the women at the table were gazing off in the middle distance, pretending not to be there, when suddenly Ann Richards said in clarion tones, "Well, girls, have you seen any good dicks lately?"
Raise Hell, The Life and Times of Molly Ivins is a documentary that introduces us to one of the great political writers. If you know who Molly Ivins was, you don't need to be convinced. If you don't, this documentary will show you why you should care. Yes, we have a lot of political commentators today, a lot of liberal commentators, conservative commentators. We don't have hardly anyone with the slashing wit and the great sense of humor of Molly Ivins. She was a Texan, born and bred. She was 6 feet tall, an imposing figure, someone who drank beer with her friends and opponents alike, but who really skewered idiocy whenever she saw it. There's a lot of clips of Molly Ivins giving speeches, being interviewed, using her trademark sense of humor. There are comments from people like Dan Rather, who were friends and admirers. You get an overall sense of what an exceptional person she was, what a great journalistic mind, and what a loss it is that we don't have her around today to cast her very particular eye on the situation we're in. For the Los Angeles Times, this is Kenneth Turan.